one, Wilder Joshua, or I should say Joshua Wilder.
Yes,
Joshua is, I mean, I don't know. I think it's safe to say Joshua is the A side. I mean, he's got more belts and he's got a bigger following in the UK. So I kind of just, that the first time you had talked to them about?
Probably. I don't think it was till after that. I mean, actually, Shelley's comments, someone sent me a boxing scene comments, and these comments come and bite you in the arse, like, that you make, and then 2 years later, they seem bizarre. And that was about the time, I think it was 2015 or 16, where Wilder, I think, was 34 or 35-0, and Klitschko's name came up. And Shelley said, oh, he's not ready for a Klitschko. You know, he's just a baby. We'll be ready for those unification fights in time. And, like, this was when he was world champion. You know, Anthony Joshua's had 21 fights. So, but then, like you say, Shelley just sort of popped up in the ring. And he was quite low-key in the whole thing, really. And it was probably around the Takam fight, just after that, where we started to have communication. And we actually met for a Danny Jacobs fight. I think it was November. I met with Al Heyman and Shelley in New York. And that was, I think that was after the Takam fight, because the Takam fight was October the 29th or something like that. So that was when we started talking. There wasn't really any, I didn't feel a burning desire from either camp, to be honest with you, just then to make the fight. We all felt that the fight would get bigger and bigger. You know, they said they were ready to do the fight now. We said the same. But I think generally we both felt, and I think Espinosa felt, and other people felt, that this fight could get bigger. Certainly after the Takam fight. I mean, it's twice as big now as it was 8 months ago. So, and that will continue to happen, by the way, whilst they're in their primes and whilst they're undefeated. That is a problem, because it's in the heavyweight division and anything can happen. So it was really after that meeting that things progressed. And it was really around the Parker fight where things started to get interesting. He accepted.
Okay, Eddie Hearn, you need to explain yourself, man. You're not explaining why you were leading us on too. Again, I understand why Deontay Wilder did what he did. Not everything. I mean, hyping up the fight. Why? He's a fighter, my guy. You get these chances once in a lifetime. These are your retirement fights. These are the fights that make up the money that's going to feed your family long after you dead. No offense. But why isn't Eddie Hearn explaining himself as to what he did wrong? I understand what Wilder did wrong. Like the gang things. You send a 50 mil offer, no contract. Only 2 people can attest to that. Deontay Wilder, Eddie Hearn, and the third, Anthony Joshua, right? Like, there are things he did wrong, but I have a problem with the narrative that Eddie Hearn is spinning, right? And let's not forget, guys, we live in the era of social media. If people can dig up tweets about what you said 4 or 5 years ago, you think it's going to be hard for them to go to YouTube and search for some shit you said 2 years ago? No, it's not. It's not hard at all. So, again, you can shift the blame to Wilder. You can tiptoe around the subject at hand. I get it. You're a promoter. That's what you do. You show you are the hype man for the show. And you're doing it very well. Right? You're probably going to get the most consistent cut of any fighter's purse on earth for the next 10, maybe 15 years, right? We aren't questioning the dominance you have over what's happening. We are questioning the fact that you have yet to admit to your wrongs, man. This is why I like Scott Coker, man. He's just 100. There is no maybe. There is no glitter. It's just the biggest fights. The fights the fans want to see. Put them on, and you'll bring the show. Mind you, Scott Coker got himself a DAZN deal too. He got himself a 9-figure deal. Now it's nowhere near your $1 billion deal. But again, now you have to compete with a sport that gives you so much action that it's hard to turn it off, my guy. It's hard to turn it off. You have to compete with kickboxing. You have to compete with MMA. It's a hard day for you, Eddie Hearn. Let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.
This here the spot. Because Tucky says we're supposed to set up shop here. Amsterdam.
Yeah, this is it. Set up anywhere inside where we got the white flags.